Perfect. We're live. So, hello everyone. I'm super pumped to get this started. I'd like to welcome Pankaj and Arna from Hypersign and Akhil and Uday from Dojima Network. Welcome to the opening ceremony of Hackday hosted by Hypersign, Dojima, and Quill Audits. This is definitely one of a kind of an opportunity for the devs on DoraHacks. Hypersign is the ultimate stack for identity management, and Dojima is acing in the intra game in the omni-chain EVM. So, welcome everyone. With that being said, I'd like to turn the stage and give some light to Pankaj and Uday. To Pankaj and Arna from Hypersign, followed by Uday and Akhil. So, these guys will walk you through the basics of the hackathon and get you to speed. The stage is yours, guys. Take it away.
Okay, thank you so much for the introduction, Mishika. Uh, so I'll just try to share my screen. Uh, how do I share this slide? Present. Okay.
You can click on present and then select the screen you want to share.
I did that.
There should be a present icon with a plus
I can see the
between.
icon. Okay, maybe I'll have to just share my screen.
Perfect. Yes, Pankaj. I can see your screen.
Okay, started with the last slide. Okay. So hi everyone, I'm Pankaj. I lead marketing efforts at Hypersign. Hypersign is basically a decentralized identity infrastructure stack. I'll take you through what we are doing at Hypersign, what this hackathon is about, and what you can build. Maybe discuss some use cases around this hackathon and what could be possible with the Hypersign and Logima stacks together. Uh, so let's dig into what Hypersign is. Hypersign is basically a decentralized identity management stack built on top of Cosmos SDKs. We provide developers with APIs and SDKs that they can then use to build products on top of our SDKs and APIs that harness self-sovereign identity principles. Uh, yeah, so Hypersign is built on Cosmos SDKs, and in Web3s, you can use Hypersign stack to build, say, digital identity and access rights or access management protocols. This is how identity looks like in decentralized manner. Let me first explain how it looks like in a traditional or existing stack. So there are any engagement you do online, there are always three parties involved. There's a issuer of the identity, and there's a holder of the identity, and a verifier. So in traditional or existing system, the issuer and verifier are the same stakeholders or same party. For example, say if you buy something online, right? So issuer of the identity here that you use online to shop is the say Google, for example. When you log in into Amazon to buy anything, you log in with Google provided identity to you. Now you are the holder of this identity. You do shop or whatever you do online on Amazon or any other platform or website. Then there is a verifier of this, what do you say, the identity. When you try to log in into Amazon first time, there is a verification done. That is done through Google. So Google is the issuer and the verifier. That gives a lot of power into one hand. What decentralized identity principles are trying to do is basically decentralize this whole stack, and all three stakeholders become different. They don't need to talk to each other, or they don't need to trust each other for any kind of engagement online. Let me give you an example. Say, for example, if there is a educational institution that starts to issue the degrees online, right? Then the issuer here would be the educational institution. The holder would be the students. And now verifier here, in traditional sense, is right now, when you get a degree, the verifier is the university, right? Say, for example, when right now you go to employer for employment, when there is a background check, they go back to the university to verify if the issued identity or the issued credential, that is the degree, is issued by the institution itself or not. But this level of check is only happening for higher positions, or this does not happen for, say, associate levels or executive levels, right? There are a lot of fake degrees that are being circulated in the market. Now, how do we solve this with Web3 identity? This is just an example. The use cases are vast. Say, for example, if we were using Web3 stack, we have reached till the holder where the organization has issued the credential, that is the degree, on a public blockchain. It's not that it's public, there's only a credential that is attached to the degree that is on the public blockchain. Then there is a holder, that is the student. Now, say if the student goes to further educational institution or an employer or anywhere, he needs to provide this degree as a verifiable proof or presentation. The verifier here, that is employer or the say postgrad organization, they don't need to go back to the issuer for verification of this, which is a time-taking and cost-heavy process. They can directly query this public blockchain with the credential that the holder presents to this verifier, and you'll be able to say a verifier will be able to verify in a trustless manner where you don't need to trust the holder or the issuer. You are just verifying it on a public blockchain. This is how the decentralized identity model works. These are the standards, not like we are creating this standard. Uh, yeah, so standard is basically issued by W3C, which is Worldwide Web Consortium. It's basically the big boys of the internet. They set standards for, say, www, HTTPS, and all of these standards are set by these organizations. This is basically a club of organizations that run the internet. Recently, Hypersign's Web3, or say Web3 decentralized identity stack, was approved by W3C. It's a big achievement for our team, that our work is being recognized by global standard organizations. There are hundreds of others, but for us, it's a big achievement. In the whole world, there are just hundreds getting this approved. So we also got recognized by W3C recently. Uh, for I have mentioned here the cryptographic algorithms that are approved, and also the client specs. So client side in Web3 works with wallets. So we have Kepler and MetaMask support right now. Uh, then this is the Hypersign ecosystem. Currently, we have 75 validators across 25 countries running our incentivized testnet nodes. We have issued 50,000 plus credentials so far, 2,000 plus schemas, and 500K plus identities. Some of our customers are Fire. Fire is basically a online giveaway kind of tool. Say, for example, if you know about Gleam, it's something similar to that, but created specifically for Web3 companies. Fire is using Hypersign for user access management. Then there is C2E. C2E is basically click to earn, the company's full name, uh, or click to evolve. Now they have renamed themselves. They are using Hypersign stack to create cross-chain reputation system. Say, for example, if right now all the users on Web3 are scattered across different chains. That is something Dojima is also working on. So C2E is basically creating a portfolio or a reputation system. Say if you hold assets on 10 different chains and you're lending, borrowing, and doing all sorts of activities on these 10 different chains. C2E clubs it into one single DID for a single user that he, on his consent, can present to company verifier that we were talking about earlier. Then Reputex is the similar use case. Axis is a ticketing platform. They are using Hypersign Stack to basically issue tickets for events and verification of these tickets on the events. Say, for example, parties or concerts or these kind of ticketing platform Axis is. Then these are the hackathon tracks. They are explained in much more detailed on the DoraHack hackathon page. Uh, First is identity infrastructure and tooling. What you could be building here is, say, for example, number one could be decent verifiable credentials that could be verified across different chains. So cross-chain verifiable credentials, then say a DID name service, then DID universal resolver. In user experience, we have mentioned two of our products, that is Dodo and Hypersign Identity Wallet. So we created these products to basically showcase to the customers, clients, how the technology works on the backend. Uh, so you can work on improving the existing tooling's user experience. We have just worked on the functionality and not the user experience so much. So you could be working on that. Then there is gaming experience. So in gaming experience, some of the use cases could be, say, for example, if say you could use DIDs for in-game assets, in-game levels, in-game say reputation, uh, or for creating, say, portable in-game assets. For example, say if you're playing GTA 5 and you have, say, $1 million in your account, now you start to play GTA 6, you have finished GTA 5, you still have that $1 million in your account. You should be able to port it to GTA 6 with DID. That is possible as a use case. Uh, then there is Web3 identity. You could be building, say, something like that. Something I talked about what C2E or Reputex is building. That is a booming use case where you create cross-chain reputation systems for users. Because right now it's just a wallet address, but you can give it much more detailed uh, say maybe on-chain KYC, adding all the chains they are on, and whatever activity they are doing on different chains. You could collect that with consent, and the verify or the holder could present it for availing different Web3 services. And DeFi is well-spoken, use case. Everyone knows about it. We have mentioned some of the use cases under DeFi. You can have a look at the DoraHacks hackathon page for more details. Mm, then these are the prices. So first prize for the hackathon is $1,500 in USDT or stable coins. Then we have 5,000 USD worth of credits for Hypersign Entity Studio APIs. This is the main component you would need to run your product. Then there is 1,000 USD worth Quill audit credits. Quill audits is basically a smart contract audit firm. So what we're trying to provide builders here is a good 6 months, what do you say, run rate that they can, create a real product, then run it for 6 to 7 months with this money. And also, what do you say, Dojima and Hypersign could, you know, uh, incorporate any project that has real potential, or judges see the potential in the product, that could be incorporated into fellowship and grant programs from DoraHacks or Hypersign going forward. But that will totally depend on the kind of product you build and the need of that product, or the what do you say, the functionality of that product, and how strong is the use case and the need of it in the current market. All of these details are mentioned on DoraHacks hackathon page, as I said earlier. So timelines, as you all know, we start today, and the registrations and submissions go till 24th June. We will there'll be a review and judging process. There is details on the hackathon page on who the judges are. and the submission process. Very important thing to note that the submissions for this hackathon are a bit different. You should go to the details page on the hackathon website. There will be a submission guides. So please go through that before you submit your build. You need to raise repos to Hypersign and Dojima network. You need to raise PRs essentially to Hypersign and Dojima network repos. So that is very important. Please go through the requirements before submitting a build. Then from 4th of August to 14th of August, we will be doing a shortlisting. And once the projects are shortlisted, we will do a project demo of all the shortlisted projects. And on August 15th, there will be a demo of the first three projects that are going to win the hackathon and also the closing ceremony. Uh, these are the hackathon chats that we have already created on our Discord and Telegram. These are specifically created for this hackathon. There are already 150 plus members on both the sides. So you can join these groups. We have specifically created for this hackathon. While you're participating or after the hackathon, you can use these groups to reach out to us directly on any issue that you might face while participating in the hackathons. Uh, I'll just stay here for a while. You can find these on the hackathon page again, but I can wait here for a while. Again, I would like to mention about the requirements page. You need to go to the details page on the hackathon and then look at the requirements section that clearly talks about how you need to make the README document, how you need to state your problem statement, video or demos of your product, raising PRs to Dojima and Hypersign. In what case you need to raise it to both, in what case you need to raise it to only one of us, and also how to submit it on the DoraHacks platform that I guess Mishika will also talk about in a while. Uh, so yeah, that's all from my side. We have Arnab, who's our lead developer, blockchain developer of uh, Hypersign. You can ask us any questions that you might have. On business side, I can help you answer them, and Arnab is here to ask or answer any questions that you might have on the technical front. Uh, so yes, that's all from my side.
Thanks a lot, Pankaj. That definitely helps a lot, and you saved me a lot of work towards the end. So, yeah, with that being said, guys, you can also join the community that Pankaj just displayed on the channel. Feel free to ask any questions in the live comment section. We can take it up from there or these communities, whatever you please. Yeah, thanks, Pankaj. Akhil and Uday, now the stage is yours, guys. Go on and share what you want to the audience.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Thank you, Mishika, for the intro. Yeah, can you see the screen?
Not yet.
I think Pankaj. Okay.
Yeah,
I just
Yes, now we can.
yeah. Hello, everyone. So, at Dojima Network, we are creating a cross-chain middle ground that is able to connect blockchains that are completely different in the underlying architecture. And on top of it, we're trying to build a platform that enables users and developers from all the blockchains to meet at one place and thus creating truly decentralized cross-chain ecosystem. So all of us know the evolution of Web3 space. It started with a simple decentralized cryptocurrency, the Bitcoin. Then there was a need to develop decentralized applications, and to solve which came Ethereum. And as more people started using Ethereum, congestion issues started popping up and gas prices shot up. And to solve these issues came other layer 2 solutions like Polygon, Arbitrum, Optimism. But now, if you see the ecosystem, there are a lot of layer 1 and layer 2 blockchains out there. And the whole ecosystem, this whole space is segregated, and developers entering the ecosystem are pretty confused in choosing which blockchain platform to develop on top of. There was monopoly in the layer 1 space until 2020, but the market share is now getting distributed among different blockchains with the increasing number of cross-chain connections, making the movement of assets between chains a lot easier. And you can see from the graph here, the amount of assets being locked in bridges is gradually increasing over time, which is a clear indication of the cross-chain future. Firstly, let's look at the problem from the developer's perspective. Every blockchain has its own architecture with its own development language, and there's no common interface connecting all the blockchains. And a developer wanting to develop a cross-chain application, he has to deploy multiple times on different chains. And also, cross-compatibility between the same application on different chains is also not easily possible. And right now, there are many blockchain platforms out there, and each blockchain has separate wallet provider to interact with smart contracts. Each blockchain has separate token format, and the decentralized applications in each blockchain are limited by these constraints, making Web 3.0 very unorganized for both users and developers. Now, to solve the problem of interconnectivity between blockchains, multiple cross-chain protocols have come into existence, but these protocols themselves doesn't have a staging layer for the protocols, and that's where Dojima network comes. So this is what we're trying to solve at Dojima. So by connecting to all chains, pulling in assets and data from all of these connected chains, we are creating a middle ground between all chains, which will be very helpful for the expansion efforts of all the Web3 companies, as users and developers will now be able to easily deploy and use complex cross-chain applications. And to make things more awesome, the middle ground we created is an EVM-based chain with cross-chain consensus, further increasing their appeal to the end use of the platform to more than 80% of the Web3 developers. So along with our core architecture that connects all blockchains, we built a suite of cross-chain products that complete the cross-chain ecosystem we're trying to build. We're building a cross-chain dApp store that brings dApps from all chains onto a common platform in a decentralized way. We released our cross-chain wallet and functionality as a service function recently, where wallet lets users use all of the tokens at one place, and our wallet API helps developers to integrate their cross-chain functionality into their dApp. While our functionality as a service platform is an API implementation that allows developers to query and execute functions on different chains very easily. We also created a cross-chain developer dashboard, which helps developers to test out complex cross-chain connections between dApps before actually implementing that on the main application. So along with these products, a lot of other cross-chain products are in the pipeline that makes the life of developer easier. And now to establish Dojima as a complete cross-chain ecosystem, so there are 3 phases to it. In phase 1, we will be creating Dojima chain with links to all major chains, acting as an aggregation between all of these chains. And phase 2 is the part where independent connections are created between different chains, and token interface contracts are deployed on each chain so that the tokens and data transfer can easily happen between independent chains. So we're at the end of phase 2 right now. And phase 3 is where aggregation of protocols on each chain is involved. Specific interface contracts are deployed on each chain, and access to access protocols directly from the cross-chain environment, thus acting as a cross-chain middleware for protocols. So in this diagram, you can observe an example as shown between Ethereum and Solana. The whole ecosystem working together enables user to interact with any protocol from a single account and boost development of complex cross-chain applications. So in order to build the developer ecosystem, since we launched our testnet, and in order to build our developer ecosystem and to accomplish our mission, so we launched a testnet in front of 5,000 devs at IIT Bombay in December of 2022. And from then on, we, as part of a mission, we've been continuously organizing hackathons and meetups since the testnet launch, minimum of a couple of hackathons a month and frequent meetups. So these are the images from our hackathons, and you can also find the finalist teams below. We met great people at our metaverse meetup with Authority Little, where we also had chat with Satvik Vishwanath, the co-founder of First Crypto Exchange in India. So these are the images from our January hackathons, meetups, and finalists of our hackathons. We co-partnered with brands like Techstars, Coindesk, and Polygon in organizing few of our hackathons as well. And we built a good ecosystem from our hackathons that we have been able to organize over the last few months. And we've met a lot of great founders with unique concepts, with unique cross-chain concepts that will be deployed on top of the Dojima network. We're continuously approaching great developers in the Web3 space. And with the current bear market that's going on, it's the true developers that we find in the Web3 space right now. So yeah, so all the developers that we're speaking to are have great uh, concepts for cross-chain space as in general for the Web3 space. And a lot of good projects are coming out in the bear market at the moment, and we are collaborating with majority of the projects. And even for standalone or unique projects on one particular chain, we're helping them to navigate to other chains and expand their ecosystem to other chains as well. So even if you're working on a single chain or if your app is limited to one chain, do check out Dojima network to expand it to other chains, guys. So yeah, and we have Uday over here, our DevRel at Dojima network. He'll take over and explain the basic products that we have over here.
Yeah, thank you, Akhil. Okay, can you guys see the screen?
Not yet. Yes, now we can.
Okay, so this is the basic Dojima Hackathon repo, which the developers can deploy their contracts, making use of this GitHub repo and following the simple steps present over here. And we are also having our main Dojima network website where you can go through what we are trying to do and everything. What is Dojima network and what are the products we are supporting and entire things about Dojima. So if we move on to the wallet part, this is the basic view of the wallet dashboard when user gets logged into the Dojima wallet. Here we are providing the statistics about the tokens which you are supporting, and these are the tokens which we are supporting right now, and we'll be onboarding different tokens in the coming days. And we are also having different functionalities like providing faucet. As of now, right, we are providing only testnet tokens in the faucet. So there is a limited availability of the tokens, and we are also having a swap and liquidity functionality. So where the users can swap their tokens with the supported tokens in our Dojima network. And also this is the dashboard of our Hermes Explorer, where the user can go through the entire thing of the Hermes chain. Here we are also having a different functionality of, I mean, providing the data of the Hermes chain, and we're also displaying so many transaction types where the user can come over here and see the transaction details and everything. And also, as Akhil mentioned, we are also providing a fast functionality where the user can go through the transaction details or the latest statistics of the tokens or the history of their token transactions. And also we are having a Dojima Explorer where the user once the user deploy their tokens in on top of the Dojima chain, they can view over here. These are the previously deployed tokens, the sample tokens which the previous Acton users has deployed. Yeah, these are some of the products which you are providing to users right now. Yeah, that's it.
Perfect. Thanks, Uday. Thanks, guys, for taking the devs through the entire process. I appreciate that. Yeah, with that being said, I think it's not just a hackathon, but it is also supported by key players like Graviton, CoinSwitch Ventures, and Foundership. So there's definitely room for more. There is room for mentorship. There is room for accelerator support that any project might be looking for. But yeah, now let me take you through the page on DoraHacks, the hackathon page, and that says a lot about the details, the process of submitting a build, and so on. So this is the DoraHacks website, the hackathon section of it. Please go to dorahacks.io and not any other page. When you head to the hackathon section, the hackathon will be spotlighted over here. If you cannot find it that ways, feel free to scroll down and then find it from here. So, hmm. So this is the middle section. The middle section will be populated as and when the projects are submitted, but the details which Pankaj was talking about, here are the details. So it gives you a brief overview of what the hackathon is about, what are the key players involved, the prize pool of $16,000, and some important dates. So there are definitely more workshops coming up. So there is also a schedule which is laid down for the entire hackathon timeline. So these are the dates which again Pankaj mentioned in the presentation, reviewing and judging from 24th to 4th. The shortlisted project demos will be done from 4th to 14th August, and the closing ceremony on 15th August. And these are the prizes. There will be three projects which would be rewarded from the prize pool. And yeah, so here is the details of the technical workshop, 11th of July, by Vishwash, who's the CTO at Hypersign, and Uday, who's here with us. There are also a few requirements that the devs need to go through before submitting a build or before getting hopping on to start their project. And yeah, here's the judging criteria. We also have the judges who are listed over here. Please make sure to go through the judging criteria and the requirements in detail, and hit us if you have any questions. You can also reach out to me at the rate Mishika251 on Telegram. And obviously, feel free to hop on to the communities of Dojima Network and Hypersign if you have any questions. Then we also have the community partners over here. Will be supporting the hackathon, a little about the organizers, and then the tracks. Again, Pankaj did mention this in the presentation he shared. So there are a few examples that the organizations have laid down for you. Identity and infra, you can go through these examples: user experience, gaming experience, Web3 experience. Feel free to take your time. And if you missed any of that from Pankaj's presentation, feel free to snapshot it from here. There are also developer
Uh,
resources that you might want to go through.
just wanted to add on, Mishika, that developers need not stick to just these tracks. These are just the starting point that we have created. They can create products that are not listed in these tracks, given that they're solving any problem for Web3 space.
Perfect, Pankaj. So yeah, that's an open ground for the devs right there. Thanks for clarifying that, Pankaj. And then there's accelerators and investors who will be supporting the hackathon, and then the hackers who have um, registered for the hackathon. Idea board again will soon be populated. But yeah, now let's go through the process of creating a biddle. Biddle is it essentially just means how to submit your project, how to create a profile for your project. So first you need to log on to the platform. I am already logged in. There are various means to log in. You can obviously always use your email ID, or you can log in through your wallet. Another way which you can log in through is by your GitHub. GitHub would be a more effective one for the devs, because anyways you'd be required to link your GitHub to the platform down the process. Once you've logged into the platform and you've hopped on to the HackDid Hackathon page, click on Submit Biddle. And yeah, so this is for the developers who have already participated in hackathons and submitted a biddle on the DoraHacks platform. So this drop down will be populated by your previous biddle. So if you think there is a project again which is applicable to this hackathon and you want to tweak the project a little and submit that, you're also free to do that. But most developers, I assume, would need to create a new biddle. So click on this part which says create a new biddle and add the name. Let's yeah, add the biddle name, biddle logo if you have any project logo. Project source would be hackathon, and feel free to mention the name of the hackathon, which is HackDid Hackathon. Um, the This one would be crypto and Web3. Tagline, if you have any crisp and interesting tagline for your project, add that. And biddle description is where you get into the details of your project. Feel free to attach any diagrams, videos, or pictures, or even links that you might have. Your Telegram for the verification. So you can use the Telegram ID of any of the teammate that you have or anyone who's creating the biddle. Um, yeah, you can also lay down some alternative contact communication channels. Say if you have Discord, if you have WhatsApp or WeChat. Of course, this is not mandatory, but feel free to do if you have these channels. Team members. So you what you can do over here is you can just type the email ID of your team members and send them an invite. Once you enter the email ID of the team member and click enter, an email would be sent to that team member with the link of your biddle and will be asked to log in. And then team information, feel free to again lay down interesting points about the team members that you have or even yourself. If obviously if you are a solo dev who is hacking solo, feel free to tell us more about your relevant experiences, past roles, and so on, even past project if you find anything interesting. Then GitHub repo again would be used to verify the project if it's legitimate by the judges. Demo, this can be a website for the judges to go through. Demo video, if you also want to highlight certain parts of the project, feel free to create a video. This would obviously give the judges a detailed insight into what it's like. And Twitter, if you have a Twitter ID for the project, please type that down. And Facebook, again, not necessary, but feel free to do that. Once you've put in all the details, click on submit, biddle, and back. Now, this part is pretty important because what you've just done is you've just created a biddle, but you have not selected it or have not submitted it yet. So click on I first agree to all the user agreements and then submit, biddle, and back. And then you will be redirected to this page. And once you've done everything correctly and you click over here, your biddle name would be available in this drop down. Select that and select a track, whichever track you are building on, and click on submit hackathon application. That's pretty much it. That's, I feel, a straightforward, a little detailed, but a straightforward process. But if anytime you're stuck in what to do, how to do, again, feel free to hit me at Mishika251 on Telegram, or even hop on to the community section of the projects of Hypersign and Dojima. So yeah, I think that's um, I'll keep it short and crisp. That's what I wanted to throw some light on. Um, if Pankaj, Uday, Akhil, Arnav, you guys have anything to add, feel free to do that. You can take the stage. But yeah, with that being said, I think the opening ceremony is pretty much concluded. But yeah, final thoughts or closing thoughts by you guys.
So, yeah, so as everyone know, we organized both Hypersign and Dojima Network organized 4 workshops in 4 places. So we met a lot of devs over there. So submissions will be coming from them. But yeah, from the online space, we urge even if so we've organized online hackathons before. But one point I specifically need to mention for the builders is if you're planning to submit your existing project on DoraHacks, then be particular. Make sure that you make the necessary tweaks to be eligible for this particular hackathon. Since previous online hackathons, we've received a lot of projects that didn't make any tweaks. So make sure you make the necessary tweaks to be eligible for the hackathon.
Perfect. Thanks for the prompt, Akhil. Yeah, thank you for tuning in to the opening ceremony of the Hackdid, and I wish the developers all the best. And again, not just in hackathon, this could be the potential next big opportunity for you. This is supported by great players. You can get mentorship and opportunity for your project to be accelerated. So yeah, all the best, and thanks for tuning in. And feel free to join the community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
everyone.